Hi everyone, it's Kaz here from L'Artisan. Today I'm going to show you one of my mixed media projects. And this is a memory keepsake box that I made quite some time ago now, probably about 3-4 months ago. And this box started out similar to this heart-shaped box. That's the kind of wood that it is, a quite light wood, craft wood that's pretty much raw like this, and I sand down the rough edges, and prep it ready for whatever it is that I'm going to do with it. Very often I'll decoupage and also use mixed media in conjunction with decoupaging. Sometimes I just do this, and this one I made in a sort of a really grungy style that I think is quite unique. And you can use anything for this, bits and pieces of things that you find around your house, broken jewellery is of course, broken bits of pottery. That piece of pottery comes from Somerset, from a very dear friend of mine. It was actually dug up in an old Victorian church grounds. So I've incorporated that into it. Some beads, some oddments here. That's like a curtain clip thing. Broken bits of jewellery, charms, an old brooch that I found. These are genuine shell beads. Another piece of broken jewellery, a bead onto that, beads there. These coloured things here are what I call acrylic skins, and they're the byproduct of an acrylic pour. I do a lot of acrylic pours, and what happens is you end up with a lot of paint that ends up going off the canvas and just onto your surface, which I've usually put down a bin bag or a plastic liner or something, and you end up with these what I call skins, and they just peel right off. So I collect them, and you end up with all sorts of colours, shapes, thicknesses, designs, and it's just too you know, I use artist grade paint, so I just really do not like throwing things away, and I thought, oh, I'll just collect them, and very often I'll make a painting out of them, like a collage out of this alone, and come up with something, which I'll do on another. I'll show you a couple of examples on another day. Small pieces like that, and I just store them. I powder them and just store them, otherwise they tend to get a bit sticky, but that is pure acrylic paint. Yeah, so I use, that's what these pieces are, and they add colour, texture and interest. I use these I got off of Amazon, and I'll put a link in the description box for you. There's an old brooch there, some more old jewellery. I'm very into texture, three-dimensional work. I don't, you know, I just love creating dimension. And there's another acrylic skin there. There's some stenciling I've done. This sort of, this texture here is in actual fact from a tape from B&Q that they use to sort of join drywalls together, plasterboard. And so I just put that on and then cover it in layers of paint or acrylic medium, and just build it up like that. I use lots of different metallic paints on here, iridescent paints as well, just to create, you know, light as well, light and dark. There's some mica powder there. Yeah, And so, you know, I do tend to get a bit carried away when I'm doing these sort of things. But they're one-offs and just great fun to make, really. And you're using up lots of stuff that otherwise would probably just be chucked away. And that's the greatest thing about doing this sort of thing. I've kept the inside quite plain on this one. See possibility everywhere. I love inspirational quotes. I think everybody could do with them in their life. Just a simple catch on there. When I'm putting down my mixed medium and whatever I've collected to make a piece, I never ever use glue on this sort of project, ever. It's just not good enough, and you see it everywhere and it just looks shoddy, and then after a while it either yellows or it just peels off. So what I use is Golden hard moulding paste, and your stuff will not move and it will not yellow, and it, you know, you can paint on it, you can mix paint with it. Sometimes I use the clear tar gel. That's a more fluid type medium, and it dries rock hard as well. You can use this for a lot of things. You can even create drips and all sorts of things with this, but sometimes I use it as a sticking medium for things like this. So when you see my work like this on Etsy, it's not going to all fall to pieces and come apart or things drop off of it, because everything is secure, and I only use really good artists' paints and mediums. It's not worth it really for this sort of project to use anything cheaper. You can do just to start out, I guess, just to experiment, but once you get into selling your stuff, you know, people really do deserve the best materials out there. And it's just a lot easier to work with something that works properly and isn't going to let you down. And that's how I feel about that. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like my work, I shall be uploading a lot more examples of my work and sharing a lot of my techniques in the near future. I've been arting and crafting for many years now, and just getting the hang of the YouTube channel, so it is tough getting going. So I'd really appreciate it if you like my work and would like to follow what I'm doing. Just click the subscribe button, and if you like this short video, just give me a thumbs up too. I really appreciate it. And if you'd like me to have a look at your work in turn, please leave me a link in the comments box. I shall also leave links for the Golden materials and these things that I use here from Amazon, so that you can look them up for yourself. Most of the other stuff here I just had lying around. The tape that I used is from B&Q, and I really don't know what it's called because I took it out of my husband's toolbox. So there we are. Thanks for looking. Bye bye.